You might be wondering why I'm sitting here with a witch hat, a lamb, and what looks like two dragons. I'll get to that in a minute, but first of all, let me introduce myself and tell you what I'm doing here. My name is Janet. I'm a librarian at the Denver Public Library, and the specific library I work at is at the Virginia Village Library in Southeast Denver. I'm here today to give a book talk for the Book Explorers program at DPL, and this is for grades 3 to 5. And the book I'm going to talk about today is the wonderful The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This book is about magic, but it's also magical in itself. It casts a spell and weaves the spell until the very end, so you have to keep reading it. Now, to the witch hat and the animals here. The main character in The Girl Who Drank the Moon is Luna. So this is my friend Eunice, and she agreed to be a stand-in for Luna. Luna is the girl who drank the moon, and she's got this cool crescent moon scar on her forehead, but she also drank some star juice at some point, so that's why she's got her little star and moon outfit on. This is Firion, who might be considered as a stand-in for a little brother for Luna. And this is Glurk, who looks like a dragon, but he's actually a swamp monster. And Firion is a dragon. I'm wearing the witch's hat because I'm standing in for the character Zan, who finds Luna in the forest. Zan is a witch, but I don't think she ever actually wears a witch hat in the story. Do all witches wear witch hats? It's an interesting question. So, to talk a little bit about the characters, Luna is, as I mentioned, the main character. She has a pretty complicated story, and there's lots of characters in this book. So I'm only going to talk about these 4 characters: Zan, Luna, Firion, and Glurk. So Zan finds Luna in the forest as a baby. She adopts her and takes her to live with her in the forest with Firion and Glurk, and they all form an alternative family. Things go pretty well, and they're all pretty happy, but at some point Luna starts to feel these powers rising within her. She doesn't know exactly what's happening, but she knows that she needs to go on a journey to discover these powers, what they are, how to use them. And so since she was adopted as a baby in the forest, she has this alternative family, but she does have another family. And that's part of the journey as well. So the characters in this book all have their own story, but they tend to all converge on this journey with Luna as she's moving out of the forest and somewhat back in time to discover her past and her powers. So they are wonderful characters. Luna is truly magical. Zan is kind and wonderful. Firion's kind of a goofball, but he's a great little brother for Luna. And Glurk, the swamp monster, is also wonderful. He's kind. He writes poetry. He kind of provides a little bit of the structure for what I think of as Luna's forest family. So, if you just want to read this book and enjoy it, go for it. If you're the kind of person that likes to think about themes, there's a lot of stuff going on in this book in terms of themes. A couple of the themes that I really liked were the theme of transformation. Every character in this book goes through some form of transformation. And they almost all go on some kind of journey, and that is part of the transformation. And on Luna's journey, her two worlds kind of collide. And so that's another theme in the story, is how to go back and integrate another world into the world that you're living in. Another really great theme is how to create your own destiny or create your own reality. All the characters in this book have challenges that they need to overcome, and they really need to use their creativity and ingenuity to overcome these challenges. And they also need to work with others and create a cooperative environment. So, as I said, The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill is wonderful. I'm trying to make it so you can see the cover. It is a great read, and I highly recommend it. It's one of those books that once you read it, you just want to tell everyone about it. You want to get everyone you know to read it so you can talk about it with them. This was one of those books for me, and I hope it will be for you. And if you do love this book and you want to read some other books that are like it, I would suggest the Starry River of the Sky series by Grace Lynn, which starts with Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. This is another beautifully told story. It's actually a series of stories. It's got the journey theme, great characters, and beautiful illustrations. I also was able to get a copy of Willa of the Wood by Robert Beatty. This is more about fairies, but it has this forest theme that, like in The Girl Who Drank the Moon. It's again beautifully written and very fun to read. So thank you so much for being with me today. I really hope you read The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.